Joining us from the Mad Money studio. It's that kind of day, Jim, where we need to have you on Closing Bell. Boy, was that an ugly close.
Yeah, it was pretty hideous.
What are your thoughts about what happened today and what to do next?
Sometimes I think, first of all, thank Wolf and Sarah for having me on. Sometimes I think that the market so-called wants to go down, meaning that we were talking, Regina Gilgan, my executive producer, and I were actually joking that, oh, come on, why don't you just nail it down 1,000 for the Dow? It was almost as if it was willed to go down. And that's really important because I'm not saying it's artificial, but I am saying good news will create an upswing. I mean, for instance, look, Ford after the bell reported a really good number. They've got very solid demand for the F-150. That's going to continue through 2021. It is a real number. It's actual. And that reminds me very much of GE. Now, when you get a one-off like Ford and one-off like GE and you get a couple more one-offs, next thing you know, you're saying, why am I just selling everything? Because of COVID? Because I got to tell you, I'll tell you what COVID's going to be. It's going to be 100,000 next week. It's going to be 110. You know, we know, and we have to build in the COVID caseload. We have to build in the restaurant shutdowns. We have to build in who the heck knows with the election. At a certain point, it gets built in. And then we say, well, listen, I'm not inured to COVID. I don't want anyone to have it. I don't want to catch it. But at a certain point, how many times are you going to discount COVID?
Jim, to that point, and we've had so many good discussions on the show today, but one stands in my mind with Mohammed El-Arian, the point that you do permanent damage to the economy and therefore potentially to the market levels if we don't get stimulus until January or February. Do you agree with that, or could this all be cleared up within a week if we get a clear election result and belief that stimulus is coming one way or another? Will the market start to rally again?
Yeah, I'm not a buyer of the permanent damage thesis. I do think that there will be, let's put it this way, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to have a hard time putting food on the table. But this is not a secular, systemic decline. This is not some sort of just incredible 2007, 2009 will the center hold moment. It's a moment where there is a gap of a series of events that we don't like, and we have something, an illness that we may have to take a vaccine every single quarter for I don't know how many years, but we'll take it. And we'll take it because we don't want to get sick. It seems like that there are lots of people in the country who almost curry sickness, and that's my Philadelphia accent. That's the C-U-R-R-Y. But what bothers me is that the intransigence of certain. What the hell are we doing with governors running the country? I mean, how about if Montana said, listen, we're going to take the Philippines in World War II, and we want Iowa to go after Okinawa? You know, I mean, what kind of craziness is this? I mean, Florida's allowed to have anything they want. Last time I looked, they were one of the 50. But I could be wrong. I lived in Tallahassee. That's what made me think it was. So when we have a little craziness, and we accept the craziness, and I think that it's coming home to roost. But when individual companies report really good numbers, and they are clean numbers, like a Pinterest tonight, or like a Ford, they do go up. It's just you can't have all the companies report at once, but tomorrow night they will. What are you guys going to do tomorrow at 4? What are you guys ready for 4, Sarah?
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Well, I like Wolf's philosophy. He's got a Churchillian philosophy.
I love a bit of live earnings. There's nothing better.
No, I know.
Tomorrow's going to be, we're pre-gaming today. It's going to be nuts.
Well, look, we got enough of them today. But look, I'm not trying to minimize the decline or the chaos and the inability to find a sector that works, whether it be the drug companies or the beverages or whether it be the industrials. There was no place to hide. The oil companies are just so not to be owned. Aerospace, Boeing delivers a fantastic number. They come on TV. They're really great. And I guess that keeps it from being down 20. So I recognize the carnage, but I do think the carnage is reversible. It's just that you need to get past the election, and you have to start accepting the fact that because people don't wear masks, they don't practice social distancing, we don't do contact tracing, and we are certainly not like Singapore, that we're going to have a lot of caseloads. And you have other people who just say, oh, well, eventually what will happen is we're going to say we have bad caseloads, and we have bad caseloads, we have bad caseloads. I'm tired of selling, I don't know, First Solar. So it happens. It's just that we have to get inured to something that all three of us know is terrible.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.